Hello everyone, back again with another Streetbowl cast high ELO. This time we've actually got a treat for you guys. We've actually got CLG in a ranked 5s game. The past few nights CLG that is, have been playing a few ranked 5 games together. They've been trolling a bit, like switching up positions and all this kind of weird stuff. As you can see right now, we're going to be having actually Aphromoo playing Maokai support. But actually, the other few games that I've watched of CLG, unfortunately I didn't cast them because I didn't watch the replay, I watched them live on streams and things like that. But they were playing swapped roles, weird champions, things like that, like Heimer support, all this kind of weird stuff. So it's a little bit more standard right now, even though it is going to be a Taric top and a Maokai support. And you never see Doublelift play Draven, but at least they're going to be playing like reasonably, you know what I mean, like Maokai can support fine, like Sion, is a fine jungler. Taric can get away with playing top lane, he's fine. Annie, normal mid, and then Draven can of course work as AD carry, where it's a bit more standard lanes coming out for the other team here, which the only one I recognize of these guys. I've seen WildWang in Challenger games before. Oh, there's the flash hook actually. Link gonna have to flash back into his team. And it's actually interesting because CLG is on the opposite side of the map right now. They're gonna jump on heavenTime, and heavenTime's the other one I remember. And he has to flash away over the wall. A bunch of flashes being burnt. Ponyboy runs away, and Draven is actually going crazy, chasing people right now. They really want to get this level 1 fight down, and that's what we've been seeing from CLG in all their ranked 5 games. They just want to fight. They were talking about in interviews before how because they're constantly getting leads through like PvE, basically they're getting leads through map rotations and farming and taking objectives and things like that in all of their games and all of their scrims and stuff like that. They're not getting much time to practice team fighting. So this might actually be possibly what they're trying to do here is just fight and just get more used to just fighting constantly, because CLG with their current style of play, they really gain leads without ever having to actually fight. And they were talking about, or at least Doublelift was in an interview before, how a lot of scrim partners of theirs have often just like basically quit the game after they get an early disadvantage. And here's Blitzcrank actually coming in because there's the Krugs being taken at level 1 here by Doublelift and Aphro, and they might abandon that. Beautiful last second dodge there by Doublelift. That was like just an absolute split second, like actually a pixel away. Beautiful dodge by Aphromoo, just enough to get away. If he did get pulled, it would have been annoying, but because Jinx was further back there helping Hecarim start and things like that, and getting to the lane there, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal because there wouldn't have been the damage to get the kill on Doublelift, but it would be annoying to start lane with a little bit less HP, excuse me. But as I was saying, CLG scrim partners were basically just exiting the scrims and saying, okay, whatever, you guys won after like 10 minutes of play because they're 3k gold behind just based on map movements. So CLG never gets to practice team fighting, and that's why you've seen in the LCS, they've not been that good in team fighting, but Link getting major damage on heavenTime. heavenTime's still level 1 right here, and remember, he has no flash from that level 1 fight. And Anivia opted to go for the Ignite, which is not a bad idea, but it does put Anivia in a very squishy situation. And there's a beautiful pull actually coming out onto Doublelift that's going to stop a little bit of damage, but Draven is going to be doing more damage in these trades than Jinx is. So overall, better trade there for CLG, even though Aphromoo took a fair amount of damage as well. And both supports have opted to start with that Relic Shield, so they should be able to heal up their AD carries here over time. But I believe Blitzcrank went for the wards, I think? Did he go for the wards? I think so. Either that or he's chugged a bunch of pots already. But Blitzcrank having vision will always set up better hooks. Oh my goodness, the passive being popped there. Link blowing up heavenTime. I'm not sure if heavenTime is that used to Anivia. I think that their team, they're actually messing around as well, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe heavenTime is actually the jungler for Final 5, who's in the Challenger series right now. So I think heavenTime's playing a champion he doesn't play that much, in a role he doesn't play that much. So you got to kind of take things with a grain of salt. As we see in mid lane, Link's Annie is absolutely murdering heavenTime's Anivia. Oh, there's the stun. He gets a bit of damage on, a nice little bit of extra burst damage, excuse me, with Anivia's little combo there. But really, it's not doing anything to Link. Link is in dominating control of this lane. But the opposite can be said in the top lane, where it looks like Stuntopolis is actually really just bullying Sion here with his Morgana, which is expected because it's not exactly like Taric can push that fast, and Morgana, her strategy is just shove in the wave constantly with her pools and stuff like that, be really annoying with snares, and set up a ward so people like Sion can't get the gank off. But Hecarim and Sion are actually going to meet in the river right now. There's an assist pin coming out, but Xmithie is going to be trading right here. They both have double buffs actually, and Hecarim should win this trade most likely. He's going to be chasing him down here, but here comes Link. They have to be careful about this. There's the stun coming out into Contractz, and they chain it. Oh, and that's going to be a dead pony. Link getting away. Xmithie with the beautiful bait right there. Stuntopolis coming in. He might flash over, do something crazy, but no, he's going to decide to just chill right now. And Sion coming in, actually, a little bit of bad movement, but on the bottom side of the map, WildWang's going to go down here. He gets exhausted by Aphromoo, and the flash away from Doublelift. Oh my goodness, and because there's no flash on Blitzcrank, he can't follow up on top of that. Doublelift is going to be free to just farm right here. Aphromoo going to do a bit of zoning. But already, 3-0 for CLG so far, which is kind of what you'd expect because it is a pro team facing a bunch of solo queue players that kind of just put a team together for funsies. I believe their team name is actually something to do with sniping CLG, so I think they saw them on stream and were like, hey guys, let's just get 5 together and see if we can stream snipe CLG, and they were successful at it, so they get to play, they're rewarded with getting to play a ranked game against CLG's actual team here. But I don't know if it's that much of a reward when you're getting demolished. It's fun to say, hey, I played against CLG, but it's not too much fun to say, yeah, I got demolished in the game. And so far, that's what seems to be happening. But CLG making plays through actual just like kills, just actual map, kind of moving around the map and going for actual kills instead of objectives. Because we see in their LCS games, they're playing a lot safer. Doublelift getting away here, but they might try and dive Aphromoo. Aphromoo, I think, wants to stay because Xmithie is coming in. Let's see if they can get a bait here under turret. With the turret there, it would turn it into a nice advantage, but Zeyzal is getting caught out right here. He was in the bush, but they knew exactly where he was, and that is going to be Xmithie picking up the kill. Aphromoo, Twisted advancing onto WildWang. Here comes Link. Link's got Moby boots on first buy, and WildWang is probably going to go down here, flash over the wall from Link, and that is going to be an easy peasy kill. And this is CLG just running roughshod right now. That was really unfortunate. They kind of just knew where they were. I think that was just communication straight up and just kind of ingrained game knowledge because they really didn't have wards. And that's the saying that SK Gaming said at the beginning of Season 5 here. Is they basically said, we don't need wards if we have intelligence. All we need to know is where they most likely are. Like, oh, they were here before, so they're probably here. I saw them here, so they're probably here. And that's exactly what Aphromoo did right there. He's like, hey, there's a Blitzcrank waiting in the bush, but Link is going to get shut down right here by a beautiful flash from heavenTime. Flash Ignite, knowing that Annie's flash was down, as he did see that. His team probably communicated that in bottom lane, and there is the flash coming in from Xmithie. Xmithie, of course, knows that there's no flash on Anivia, no passive on Anivia. Easy peasy kill to pick it up, but unfortunately, it's going to be a bunch of gold going over to heavenTime. Because Link was worth a ton of gold right there, but with Link's Moby boots, he's going to be all around the map, as we saw get into bot lane real quick there. But to go back on what I was saying before, if you kind of know where they are without seeing them, you can just communicate that with your team and play based on that. And Doublelift is pretty much just 1v2ing right now. Now I know obviously the red side realized that they oh my goodness, actually pull underneath the turret from Doublelift. There's the bop up. He might go down right here, and he does. It's going to be a kill for WildWang. A little bit over aggression there from Doublelift. He did not have his flash up or a heal or anything. He had to rely specifically on his dodge skills. I think he thought he had minion coverage. Great pull by Zeyzal. But here comes the Annie coming in from the side, Link with his Moby boots, and then you've got Sion coming from the back as well. Aphromoo just doing some jukage, and here comes Sion ult coming in from behind their base. Twisted advance from Aphromoo. Link is tanking the turret. Beautiful play, and they're, I believe, going to let Blitzcrank go here because he's got his little speed up W. They'll just let him roam free, but they're going to push in the turret right here. And CLG, yeah, it's funny because they're playing the exact opposite style that they play in pro games, which is usually, hey, let's not fight unless we have like a serious advantage, like unless we have a free kill, basically. Don't fight, just gain an advantage through CS and map movements, vision control, taking objectives. As you can see right now, they're contesting the blue buff, which is exactly what you want to see them doing. Is even if you don't take it, it just makes the other team's life harder, and it denies them CS in different lanes and things like that. They move Doublelift to the mid lane there to farm up on Draven, as he is so far ahead of Jinx right now, and he's just going to get even farther ahead as Jinx is pulled in to contest the blue buff. And like I'm saying, there's 4 people from the red side here to deal with this blue buff, and Doublelift got free farm, pushed the lane in mid, the bot lane is pushing as well, and they might still get a steal on this. We'll see what they're able to do. There's Blitzcrank, and I think Xmithie actually, no, it was Hecarim who got it, excuse me, Hecarim got the smite off. There's a flash teleport coming in from the top lane from Taric. Here comes Sion from the back line, but Doublelift is going insane right now. He's got his BF sword, and that is just too much damage. Xmithie barely staying alive. Will he stay alive? Yes, he walks into the pool just in time, popping the shield a little bit after. Wow, incredible plays there coming out from CLG, and an absolute massacre. But that's the thing, is you can't fight a BF Sword Draven when you've got a Berserker Greaves Jinx. It's just not going to work really well. When you've got an Annie that's super fed, you've got a Draven that's super fed. Even Sion, or excuse me, even Xmithie is super fed on Sion. Like this is absolute massacre coming up for CLG. They are just so ridiculously strong right now, and the red side can't make silly plays like that. But like I said, I don't think that these guys are exactly a coordinated team. They're just a bunch of solo queue dudes who are friends, and we're like, hey, CLG's playing 5s, let's try and snipe them and get ourselves a cool game. And they did that, but they are losing by 7k gold right now at 9 minutes. So this is kind of the other way to snowball your lead through PvP that CLG is showing right now. Usually they stick with the nice safe PvE strategy in those professional games, but going with a fun kind of more fan-friendly style right here, where it's just kill, kill, kill left and right, and they just want to massacre people everywhere. And it really is kind of a team built around Annie and Draven, because Sion is going to be mostly for support, Taric is more supporty, and then of course you've got the Maokai, the actual support in a Maokai, so they have a bunch of tanky CC bots, basically, that allow Annie and Draven to come up and just do absurd amounts of damage, while everybody on the enemy team is not able to attack, and Jinx glad she grabbed those Zerker Greaves, because if she didn't have those, Maokai would be able to catch up to her and do some really hard damage, because Maokai is very, very strong on support, to be honest. He's one of those things, like, he's Maokai, there's those kind of like tank supports like Maokai and Sion and things like that. Good flash from Zion, but I don't know if it'll be enough. Actually, Contractz bumps him forward. I think he tried to bump him into the wall right there, but didn't line it up right. And Contractz bumps Sion a little bit forward, unfortunately. And he's going to be safe right now, but he's so tanky anyways. And he picked up the Sheen, which is a good call for Taric, because not only are you going to want to abuse your auto attack passive, things like that, but here comes Link, and that's why you don't want to fed Annie, because that is going to happen. And here's the stun, or the snare, excuse me, coming out from Stuntopolis. This might be bad for Link. We'll see how he plays off of this. He just burnt through the black shield, but it's going to be too much damage for Link. He did not have his ultimate up, excuse me. So he was not able to get that extra damage on. Zion trying to run away from Contractz, but he uses his ult and catches up just in time. But in the bot lane this entire time, Doublelift and Aphro have been pushing super hard and really denying CS from Jinx. And this is going to be really rough, because Jinx is one of those AD carries where if she's behind, she's not that good. If she's ahead, she's an absolute god, because you can proc her passive and keep getting resets and things like that. But when she's behind, she's really hard to actually get safe damage in without having people jump on you, especially when you're facing a Sion, Maokai, and Taric. And even, really, Annie can flash stun you as well, so you have to be careful about really 4 members. And even, you know what, Draven even has his E for CC as well, so really every member of CLG you have to watch out for when you are a very unsafe AD carry like Jinx. She can only rely on her traps and possibly popping her passive, but here's going to be a turret dive from Aphromoo. They're going to try and coordinate this. The hook actually barely misses from Zeyzal. Oh, he tries to bop up Aphromoo, and he does get the bop, but Aphro one shot away from death, and he's going to stay alive for right now, but we'll see if Hecarim comes in from the side. He's going to be able to get this kill right now. He's coming in, he has no ultimate, but he does have a flash. There's the flash forward, and he's going to get it. Oh, nice attempt there by Aphro. He had his exhaust up. If he had exhausted Hecarim, he could have been able to get away, actually. Unfortunately, I don't think he was fully prepared for that, and instead Twisted Advance flashed, but I think if he had Twisted Advance exhaust flashed, or I don't even know, or exhaust Twisted Advance flash, I don't know what the deal is, but I think if he had used his exhaust there, he might have been able to keep himself alive. But in exchange, the support going down for the jungler is not a bad trade whatsoever. Zion going to be doing some zoning right here while his team takes down mid, but this entire time Morgana is just farming in the top lane. Really, that's the trade that CLG is making. Zion goes under the turret, and Zion is really not that tanky right now because he's opting for the Sheen and things like that, but CLG is so far ahead. They're just going crazy right now. Flash up past the turret from Doublelift, and he just throws that axe, picks himself up a kill, another adoration stack, and he should be able to grab himself his Infinity Edge when he comes back to base, and that's going to be really rough. He's going to try and melee fight against Hecarim here. Hecarim's bump allowed it so that Doublelift couldn't catch his axes, but it doesn't matter because Link has absurd damage. Stuns coming out from Sion, excuse me. I keep messing up ZionSpartan and Xmithie because Xmithie's on Sion and the Zion. Oh, Doublelift barely surviving the Jinx right there. Black Shield being taken down by Link's damage, and then the extra CC lands from Maokai and Xmithie. The chains are not going to land from Morgana. Her ultimate did not get off in time, unfortunately. There's the hook under, or the hook pull underneath the turret, but I think Zeyzal is going to go down here. Aphro maybe go down one more shot. There's the flash, and the resets are going to be procced here by WildWang. Let's see if he can catch up to Xmithie in time, but Xmithie is super tanky. He's got those ninja tab eyes as well, which is really good, but there's a great stun coming out from ZionSpartan, the point and click, and that's why I love Taric, as you can just point and click stun, but he's taking so much damage right now. I really think that Zion should have just built straight tank instead of going for that Sheen damage, but hey, I think they're just having some fun right now. They're super far ahead, but this is what happens when you don't have that much tankiness. Really, the way to beat a Jinx, kind of. Nice little heal coming out from Doublelift. He's doing too over-aggressive right now. They need to be careful. No, maybe not. Maybe he can chase after this. Actually, Link is coming in. He's got a red buff. There's the flash from Xmithie. Good heal coming out from WildWang. They have enough range to get away. WildWang turns back, actually. I think he was realizing that Xmithie would be able to catch up to him regardless or something. I'm not sure, but Contractz going to be trying to chase down Link here, but he should go down before he can get Xmithie. Maybe, maybe no. Xmithie will go down. Flash hook from Zeyzal. Beautiful play coming out from Blitzcrank. There is the teleport coming in from Zion. I don't know about that one, Zion. Aphromoo going to pick himself up a kill on a pony in the back line. But Zion needs to be careful right now. He's going to try and come up with Aphromoo, but I don't know about this. They're just going crazy right now. They just want to fight, fight, fight. They are not into that waiting for your team. And stuntopolis. Oh, Zion gets pulled, and Zion does not have the tankiness to stay alive. Or does he, actually? Anivia doing, like, no damage, really. That's the thing right now, is they don't really have much damage on the side of the red team. And Zeyzal maybe will go down. Aphromoo, like, straight up 1v3ing here as support, and he is going to go down here eventually to Stuntopolis. Stuntopolis picking up a kill for himself, and he has by far the most CS on his team, almost double the rest of his team members. Or the next highest, rather. And it shows right now that Contractz, the jungler, has more CS than both his mid laner and his AD carry. And I think that just kind of shows how this game has been going, is that mid lane was ruined, bot lane was ruined, top lane was a farm fest for Morgana, which is really kind of fine for CLG, because like I said, Morgana is really mostly just a snare bot. If she can snare, she can land someone in the soil, get a good ultimate, something like that. But she's really just a mage in top lane right now. She doesn't have her Zonias yet. She can't make any team plays. She has to really rely on hitting good snares and things like that and whittling people down over time, which your team cannot really do because they get blown up immediately by the ridiculous damage coming out from Draven and Annie and all of the CC, of course, from their little 3-man support tank crew they've got going. But Doublelift here, Sion getting a good ultimate on the back of WildWang, and he's going to go down here. Hecarim using his ult past the wall, and he's going to stay still, actually. I don't know if they got the stun off. No, I think he's either just trolling or lagging or saying, hey guys, please don't kill me, I'm your friend, but they don't care. Down goes Ponyboy. Morgana is just content to sit in top lane this entire game, which is exactly what I would do. I'd be like, I don't want to fight CLG. Guys, stop fighting. Stop doing stuff. I'm just going to push in top lane. I don't want to get involved with that. But she has no wards right now. So heavenTime's actually leading them over to her. And heavenTime's still sitting on tier 1 boots, and his Anivia is super slow, so he needs to be careful. Good stun and snare coming out. Morgana doing a bunch of damage there to Sion, and like I said, Sion needs to get some more armor and things like that. He's got his Sheen, but it's really not doing that much damage, and he gets pulled over the wall, and every time he does get pulled, he's going to die immediately. Usually the Taric kind of style is, sure, you can get extra mana to do more damage and things like that, but when you've got a fed Annie and a fed Draven, you really just need to be a tank, especially when you're getting pulled by Blitzcrank left and right. But there's Link with the beautiful Tibber stun, but I don't know if it's going to be enough damage. It will just barely, and the great ult from WildWang has enough damage there, but Blitzcrank's the one who picks up with the kill. Aphromoo getting trapped there. He's trapped in the Anivia ultimate as well. He's trying to twisted advance over to WildWang to get to his team. Oh, he flashes over the max wall. Huge flash coming from Aphromoo. Let's see if he can get there in time. Draven's on his way. Let's see if they twisted advance. Oh no, WildWang goes past. What a blunder by WildWang, and the twisted advance past the zap. Beautiful play by Aphromoo. Oh, that was absolutely incredible. Flash through one of the thickest walls in the game that you can actually get past. Draven ult coming in, and that is going to be a double kill for Aphromoo. Oh, Ponyboy took down Aphromoo though, or double kill for Doublelift, excuse me. But Ponyboy took down Aphromoo in the river while they were all kind of waiting, and that seems to be what Contractz has been doing most of this game, is just wait until the fight gets close to the end or has ended, find somebody who's low health and go assassinate them real quick before running out. But Doublelift now in the top lane, and he is farming up a storm. 150 CS at 17 minutes in this game, and he's been killing like crazy too. He just knows so well where to be, when to be. He's kind of moved around the map. He went to bot, he went to mid, and now he's going over to top to get all of those first tier outside turrets, and he's just going to chase after stuntopolis right now to zone her out and get himself a free turret up here. Nobody can 1v1 Draven right now. They really need to kind of double team him or even triple team him. And that's what they're trying to do currently. But on the other side of the map, oh no, unfortunately, Xmithie ults into a wall. heavenTime going to get a bit of a slow, but here's Doublelift. He's probably going to get screwed over. But it looks like CLG is doing the right thing by just pushing the bot side of the map and saying, Doublelift, if you want to split push and be stupid like that, then go ahead. Doublelift, after he got the first turret there, he really should have just straight backed off. There was no reason for him to do that. But, I mean, it's solo queue, and I think that's kind of like the Doublelift that we all know and love. It's like, I'm just going to split push and try in 1v3, and we'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, his team doing what they need to do, like I said. Don't try and go help him. Just push the opposite side of the map and try and get some objectives for that. And they're still 10k gold ahead right now, but to be honest, after the first little bit, they've really not been playing that great. CLG, that is. The red side has been able to try and get back in here. Great pulls coming out from Zeyzal. The Blitzcrank has really made some things happen for his team, and the fact that there's not that much tankiness yet on ZionSpartan in the top lane there, on Taric, it's really going to be difficult, because when you pull a Taric and you can kill him, that's a good sign. And also, you see the CS difference between Taric and Morgana. Like, Taric has not been CSing since he got into lane. He's sitting at 55, which is basically the same as the enemy mid laner there. Oh, wow, just unfortunately just pitiful CS numbers for Jinx, Anivia, and Taric here, which, I mean, to be honest, bad CS numbers for Annie as well, but she's got 20 kill participation, so that's not a big deal. But when you're not getting all the kills and assists and you don't have the CS, that's when things become a problem, and that's why they have very little damage in these fights. And here comes Doublelift. He's going to knock some people back. heavenTime going down immediately, but huge damage coming from stuntopolis, and that's exactly the one person you want to worry about if you're Doublelift, and he didn't, unfortunately. It was stuntopolis. He's the most fed person, excuse me, on the red side. Jinx missing her ult, unfortunately. Sion going to be going down here, and that is going to be a pull onto Link as well. Link trying to make something happen. Huge damage coming out, and Xmithie does not have the damage on his side. Let's see if Link can get her spells back up in time, but yes, Link flashes forward onto WildWang. That's going to be more than enough. Her Ignite is going to be coming back up shortly, but great job by Xmithie to use the E. Link might go down here in the Tormented Soil, has to Zonya. It's good job by him to know that it's worth it just to use that Zonya to stay alive, because that Tormented Soil is really punishing, because Morgana is so strong right now. She's been able to just free farm this entire game. And that's what happens when you free farm, is you get quite strong in items. But here we go, like I was saying before, Contractz coming in, and there was no stun up for Annie, unfortunately. And she's going to be dead. But Contractz doing exactly like I was saying before, is just wait till the end of the fight, and then just charge in on a low health member while they're backing or something, so you can get that quick assassination kill. and then get the hell out of there. And that is why, of course, Contractz has the most kills on his team so far. Baron going to be spawning in 5 seconds here. We'll see if CLG decides to think about Baron or just wants to use a debate or something like that, or if they just want to kind of just straight up fight in lanes and things like that. There's the ultimate from Sion, excuse me, and Sion and Sion, buddies here. Sion getting pulled underneath the turret, and it's going to be Doublelift absolutely demolishing that dragon by himself. Easy peasy, getting the second stack there for CLG, and he's going to head to the bottom lane there for a huge wave. So CLG needs to be a little bit careful in the mid lane right here, as Jinx is probably going to come down. There's the hook onto ZionSpartan. He used the heal on himself under the turret, but he is probably going to go down. He flashes away. They're going to chase him up here. Stuntopolis getting the ultimate on a few people there in mid. And let's see if Xmithie can get away in time. Flashes at the last second. Hecarim might be able to catch up. We'll see. There's a great little sapling coming out from Aphromoo. He might have the damage, or not the damage, excuse me, the tankiness to stay alive, but unfortunately he does not. And there's Xmithie doing a great job with the downward swing from the axe. Oh, absolutely baiting Contractz into a shutdown from the Annie around the wall. Beautiful coordination by CLG. Says, oh no, I'm at low health. I can't survive this. Sion just walks around the wall, and there is your fed Annie. 13 kills, and back to the same thing just happened right there with Doublelift and heavenTime. Just wait around the wall, and if you're fed enough, you can instantly blow someone up right there. And that is just not fun to play against when you walk out into your own base. And you get killed immediately, flash underneath the turret by Doublelift, and he is going to speed up with his W as well, see if he can catch up to the running Zeyzal, and they do. They catch up. Link gets the kill this time. And Link and Doublelift are absolute monsters right now. Stuntopolis doing a great job of defending right now. They need to be careful. Link and Doublelift playing a little bit over-aggressive against Stuntopolis. Here we go. Here's Xmithie going to try to get some things happen. Actually gets blocked there. Spell immune. Great black shield coming out from Stuntopolis because he has so much HP. AP, it's fine, but Doublelift gets it up immediately. Contractz coming in, killing Link as well. Aphromoo coming from the back line. Xmithie has the tankiness to stay alive, but Stuntopolis and Contractz are doing work right now for the red side. They get knocked up there. Double knockout by Xmithie. Aphromoo going to be taking a huge bunch of damage, but heavenTime's coming in. Sion's coming in from the back line, but the two main damage dealers for CLG are not alive, and if they are not alive, then you do not want to fight. You need that Annie, you need that Draven. Don't fight with just a bunch of tanks. You need the damage to back you up, and really, it's just kind of CLG just going ham right now. They're kind of just playing all over the place, and it's kind of fun to see because we're so used to seeing CLG play such a smart style in LCS recently, but here they are. They're going to get collapsed on, actually, by Contractz and Zeyzal, and they do not want to fight this. Like I said, nobody is alive for CLG, and this might be the death of Xmithie right now. Jinx just barely missing, but yes, Xmithie will go down. The passive is going to be popped, and Sion wants to get this fight, and they want to kill Zeyzal, and they do. Xmithie doing a bunch of damage from his passive form. Sion needs to be careful. I guess he gets stunned up there by Anivia. This might cost him his life. He does not have his flash, and that will ZionSpartan going down there unnecessarily, but they did pick up a kill on Zeyzal, so not too shabby. And there's the ultimate from Draven, really not doing that much damage on a Hecarim. Hecarim doing a good job of dodging the second pullback, or the pullback there, I guess, the second kind of go through, I guess, whatever you want to call it. But finally, WildWang going to be picking up the bot tier turret. Oh, or maybe not. They will pick up the turret, but WildWang is going to go down here as Link spotted him out. Doesn't use any sort of real actual cooldowns, just blows him up with some nice combo damage. And here's Doublelift trying to get a kill on Stuntopolis. If he gets snared, this could be the end, but decides to just let him go, possibly. Unless he has the speed. Is his W going to be back up? He's trying to use his axe to get the W back. When he does, there is the beautiful E. And let's see if he can get the next damage on Doublelift. I don't know if he can actually do this. He's going to get snared up. No, just barely out of range. The last second, Doublelift just barely gets out of range. He gets snared again, though. He might go down. He's going to have to he's going to have to, good thing he's got that Bloodthirster. If he did not have that Bloodthirster, I don't think he would have been able to survive that. Life stealing off the minions to keep himself alive. And here's Blitzcrank actually coming in from the river. He wants to get a play onto Doublelift right here. Let's see if Doublelift, oh, he misses the hook. And Doublelift going in there for some big damage. Can he get this happen? And I think he can, actually. And it's funny because Blitzcrank actually has a decent kind of little armor set to do some 1v1 action right now, but unfortunately, Doublelift just way too fed, and like I said, that Bloodthirster going to pay dividends, because not only is he going to have that little shield for himself, but he can lifesteal back up, which is exactly what you need to do when you're low on HP like that, and WildWang has to flash out of the downward Q there from Xmithie, and Contractz might go down in the jungle right here in that bush. Xmithie using the front line to zone out, ult back defensively through the wall there by Contractz, and Xmithie might go down here. He is going to go down. heavenTime picks up the kill. Going to be some Ice Witch. Oh my goodness. WildWang actually getting knocked back. Beautiful play by Aphromoo. Twisted advance, then walk behind, and then Q backwards into the line. The passive going down. Link flashes underneath the turret. heavenTime getting his passive proc. Stuntopolis might go down there. There's the Draven ult, and he will go down. That's going to be a double kill. Oh my god. Not a double. Yeah, it will be a double kill for Draven. Excuse me. And here's Contractz. He has no ultimate this time. In the back line, Zeyzal actually pulls Aphromoo, but I don't think he wants to do that. He's running away there with his W. And this should be an inhibitor turret for CLG here. Once the minion wave comes, Zion's just going to tank it for a split second here. Actually going to tank it for a while. I don't think he's just fine. He doesn't even care. He's got Spirit Visage now, which really should help out because he can heal himself for way more than he would originally. And that seems to be really what he was relying on, excuse me, every time you got pulled, just heal yourself and try and walk out. So he's got a little bit tankier, sitting on the Sheen and just going for pure tank, so I like that coming up from Sion. And then it's going to be the first inhibitor of the game for CLG. And here's actually a Sion ult, or Sion ult. I keep mixing up ZionSpartan and Sion the champion. But Sion is going to ult into bot lane there, pick up some nice farm. Sorry, Sion. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm so used to seeing Sion as a top laner. I was gonna say it's fine that he's in bot lane though, because he can just teleport in for Dragon. And I'm like, wait, no, Taric's the top laner. So that's kind of weird. It's weird when you have someone who can't push very hard, and they're the person who you want to be split pushing so they can teleport into fights. But good job by Sion. He has his ultimate up in a little while. That could have been used to get back to the fight, but because it's down, he used it to get to lane. He needs to just run over to Baron right now. And also Dragon spawning in 35 seconds. So having the team grouped up near the middle of the map is a good idea. But there's the max range pull on Sion, excuse me, and over the wall with the Hecarim ult. He flashes back over as well. Let's see if Xmithie can actually get a flank on these guys right now. A lot of their main spells are down, and stuntopolis actually gets caught out. The twisted advance being back shielded. But oh my goodness, he gets pulled into the back line. Aphromoo going to go down as well. He gets exploded there. Jinx using her ult point blank. Oh my goodness, it's Link coming in with a huge ultimate, and that's going to be an absolute massacre. The real damage for CLG is coming out, and it is Link and Doublelift, and this is going to be a bloodbath quadra kill from Draven. And let's see if they can get Hecarim. No. Oh, Hecarim stopped his back, actually. They might be able to. Okay, well, no, Doublelift is not going to run to there. He's going to run to that turret. He's going to flash over the wall. Oh, he thought he was in the bush. Oh, can they get it? Can they get it? Can they get it? Here's Hecarim. He's going to chase him. Hecarim just wants him to chase. He just wants him to chase while Sion is, or I was going to say, yeah, Zion's doing the right thing. Just push down mid. But this is, of course, CLG just messing around, and Link should be able to get the stun there on... Oh, will he go down? No, there. Pentakill! They got it. They just barely got the pentakill. Oh my goodness, I think they just got it like split second, because it's then when a person resurrects, excuse me, so Zeyzal just spawned a split second after they got the kill to secure the penta for Doublelift, excuse me. Or else that would have been just a straight quadra and then an unofficial penta because Zeyzal spawned, but Sion probably going to go down here, as he was the only member of CLG doing the right thing and trying to push down mid lane. Everybody else trying to get the penta for Doublelift. And hey, they succeeded, so in the end, it's worth, right? So 19 kills coming out for Doublelift. He is almost full build right now, and he is doing absurd damage. There's the full build coming out. He upgrades his trinket as well, which he should have done earlier, but hey, whatever, who cares? He's got his Mercurial Scimitar again, now, and that's really, really going to help against, of course, all of these snares and stuns and all that kind of stuff, like Morgana and Anivia and all that kind of unfortunate things. Even a Jinx trap, it'll get him out of that and keep him safe. So that's a really good pickup there from Draven, of course, and it's going to be just really, really, really rough for the red side to try and get back in this game right now, and it looks like it's going to be take two here. Link going to get a kill on WildWang, and that's what we've seen time and time again. Oh, and she decides to use the tippers actually just to make sure to get that extra damage in there. The cooldown is not long at all, and Xmithie actually fighting in the mid lane right here, but here comes Doublelift. That's the damage they need. It's fine for him to fight as long as Doublelift is there. They can pretty much 2v4 right now. Doublelift is ridiculously strong. A full build Draven compared to a 2-item Jinx. It's just not. There's no difference whatsoever. Or not no difference. There's no comparison whatsoever. Excuse me, not no difference. It's a huge difference. And Xmithie gonna be trying to push in here for his team. Link's actually soloing the Dragon there as Annie. This is hilarious. His team's trying to end the game, and he's there soloing Dragon as an AP champion. And hey, he did it. Good dodge by Sion. And this looks like this should be the end of the game here. Unfortunately, Morgana getting exploded. Full build Draven. It's just not fun to deal with. At 28 minutes into the game, full build Draven. That just doesn't spell good things. And oh, Sion gets pulled into the fountain. WildWang gonna pick himself a kill, but Contractz in the front line will go down here. There's the ultimate from Jinx, but it's too soon, unfortunately. Double kill there for Doublelift. Flash forward from Link. That is an absolute massacre in the enemy fountain. Triple kill coming out for Draven. Quadra kill, excuse me. Or wait, is that... I was gonna say, yeah, I was waiting for it. I was like, wait, was that a penta? No, that was a quadra. And they're gonna wait for them to respawn. They're gonna wait for the minions to take down the Nexus here. Such BM here from CLG. They want to get more kills and just have some more fun. And we'll see if they're able to do that. We got 3 seconds on Morgana. There's the ultimate from Xmithie. You're gonna fountain dive. They're gonna fountain dive. There they are on Morgana. Coordinated fountain dive. Oh my God, they did it. Pentakill! Oh! They did a double pentakill for Draven right there. Doublelift picking up the double penta just at the end of the game. Gets the shutdown from Morgana, and Link survives with the Zonias. They kill the Nexus. What an absolute beautiful play at the end there. Well executed fountain dive, excuse me, to get Doublelift, the double penta. Beautiful game from CLG. Super slop fest, just absolute murder all over the map, all over the game. It was really ridiculous. That's not how CLG plays, but it was super fun to watch. And shout out to the red side. Thank you guys for sticking in there and making this game fun while CLG does their thing there with their ridiculous team comp and all that kind of great stuff. I had so much fun casting this game. Hopefully I'll be able to do some more things like this if pro teams play like ranked 5s and stuff like that. I'll try and get some more of this kind of stuff going on, so we're not just watching straight solo queue, because these games are super fun watching pro teams just mess around in ranked 5s and all that kind of good stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. My name is Streetbowl. You can find me on Twitter @Streetbowl, and I'll see you guys next time.